Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's Diane Covington from beautiful, very warm Northern California. Listen, I know many of you have a goal to build a team or a desire to build a team, and sometimes it's commission driven. Sometimes you're like, hey, it's a great extra avenue of income, but it's also a great way to pass the torch. It does the one thing Mary Kay asked us to do, which was pass it along, and it's not about us. I mean, yes, it does help our business, but in all reality, it's really others focused. It's really about how can she benefit from this company? Could she make extra money? Could she build confidence? Could she have more purpose in life? Could she have more of a sense of belonging? We have so many women right now, roughly 50 years old, that have got their child going off to college, and all of a sudden the mom is feeling like, wow, one of my biggest purposes in life has just moved out. Now what do I do? And they're really longing to belong to something. They want that sisterhood, the camaraderie, the support. Maybe you've got a girlfriend who is just really ready for some self-development. Maybe she's new out of college or newly divorced or just at a pinnacle in her life where she's like, I really want to grow more. I want more personal growth, more self-confidence. I want to feel more confident public speaking, all of those things. So it's not about you. So what if you could add a team member or two this week? This week, like literally before the end of August, this week you could add a few team members. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to number a piece of paper 1 to 10, okay? And I want you to think, just close your eyes for a second, unless you're driving, of course. And I want you to think of women in your life already that if you called them and said, hey, I'd really like 20 minutes of coffee time with you. I want to share with you more about Mary Kay. I think you'd be great because you genuinely think they'd be great. And their response was, okay, I'd love to listen. If you knew they were going to say, okay, I'd love to listen, who would you ask? Who are the 2 or 3 people or more in your life? Maybe they're customers, maybe it's a relative, maybe it's a niece, a cousin, a sister-in-law that you're thinking, man, I'd love to do this business with her, but she told me she's not interested. That's okay. Put her name down anyway. I wasn't interested either, and I joined. So what I want you to do is just put down at least a couple names, at least 2 names of people that maybe it's one of your very best customers, and maybe you talked to her back in May before the end of the Mary Kay year and said, hey, I'm building a team. I'd love you on it. And she's like, no, it's not really for me. And so she said no, and all no means is not now, okay? So come up with a couple names. Now, here's going to be your assignment. You're going to go, sometime in the next 24 hours, you're going to go onto Mary Kay In Touch, and you're going to go to the Business Tools pull-down menu. So once you log on to In Touch, and you're on the home page, you're going to go to Business Tools, and you click on it, and you go to the very, very bottom where it'll say Video Library, okay? And you're going to click on that. Once you click on Video Library, on the left side, you're going to click on the word Shareable. That means videos that you can share with other people. Once you click on Shareable, there's all these subcategories. You're going to click on It Just Fits. And these are videos that the company has made that are less than 3 minutes long, and they are all different stories, all right? Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to click on, so on this piece of paper, you're going to write down the name of one of the people on the story and a sentence about it. So you might click on the gal. I think her name is Megan, but I'm not sure. She's a college student. She's 18. So let's say you pick her story as one of the 5 to watch because you don't know what their backgrounds are, right? So let's just say her name is Megan, and so you write down, you write the word Megan on the bottom of your piece of paper, and you watch her 2-minute video, and you'll know that she's 18 and going off to college. So after you're done watching it, as you're watching it, I want you to think of who do I know that would relate to this? So who do you know that just went off to college? Maybe it's one of your colleagues' daughters. Maybe it's one of your girlfriends. But who do you know? And if you're young and listening to this, maybe you're in your early 20s. Maybe you've got a friend who is still in college. So who is going to college that would relate to that one story? So you're going to write down at least 2 names for every video you watch. So the first video, you're going to write down the name of who's in the video. Let's just say her name is Megan. And Megan's an 18-year-old going off to college. So next to Megan's name, you're going to write 18-year-old off at college. Just because after you watch a few videos, you're not going to go, wait, which one was Megan and which one was the lady who was the attorney and whatever. So you write down just one sentence about who the video's about, and then as you're watching it, I want you to think of 2 people, minimum 2 people, that would relate to that, okay? Then let's say you watch another one, and let's say I think the gal's name is Marion. She's got 7 kids. So you write down her name as one of your 5 videos that you're watching, just to remind you, and right next to it, you're going to write mom of 7. You don't need to write much more than that, right? And as you're watching that, you're thinking, who do I know who has little kids? And I thought of Allison. I thought of Carolyn. I thought of Stephanie. I thought of Leslie. These are all customers of mine who have small children. And I'm thinking, okay, they can relate to that. Even if they only have one kid or two kids, they can relate to that. So then you're going to open the next one. And let's say it's the one about the gal who was an attorney. And after 22 years of being an attorney, somebody showed the opportunity and she thought, gosh, I don't have very much fun in my life. This would be something fun to do on the side. Good tax deductions. And so even though she had a very successful, great law practice, she decided to do Mary Kay on the side. So you're going to write her name down. Next to it, you might say 20-year career, 20-year professional career as an attorney, join Mary Kay later in life. Because you're thinking, okay, who do I know who's been successful in their career, who's over 40? And so as you're watching that, you're going, man, that would be Sonia, that would be Carolyn. I'm just thinking of my customers, Katie, that are over 40 who are successful in their careers. So the point of it is, by the time you're done watching 5 videos, I just want you to watch 5. You can watch more than 5, but at least 5, because you're going to pick different ones, pick different ethnicities, different ages. And when you're done with that, you should have more than 10 names written down, okay? So then what you're going to do, one is now you know some more of the videos, right? So now you're going to go back to those 10 names, and you're going to say let's say you wrote down 2 names for the gal who's off to college in 18, and you're going to text that person and say, hi, Susie, or whatever her name is. I was just thinking about you. How are you doing at school? Or whatever applies to her. And she'll say, oh, I'm doing great, blah, blah, blah. I'm super busy at classes and doing stuff with the sorority and yada, yada, whatever. And then you can say to her, I would love your opinion of a very short video from our company. It features a woman who I think you'll relate to, and I'd love your input. Would you watch the video and then give me I don't know, you can give her an actual time, like give me 10 minutes or 15. I would say at least, ideally 15. Give me 15 minutes of your time, and I will send you a half-off mascara. Okay. Now, half-off mascara or half-off lip gloss doesn't cost you anything because it covers your costs. Or if you want to give her one for free, that's fine too. But you have to watch the video. Say, if you'll watch this video in the next 24 hours and text me back and then just give me 10 minutes of time on the phone, I'll give you a half-off mascara of your choice. This may be something for you, or you might know somebody who'd be great, who's like you. Now, I say that because initially they're going to say, oh, I'm not interested. And you're like, okay, that's fine, but I'm looking for somebody like you. If she is 19 and off of college and a great personality, you're thinking, well, if she's not interested, maybe she knows somebody just like her roommate, her girlfriend, whatever. So what's fun about this is you're going to send these different videos to these different people and do a follow-up. Now, if you're super new in Mary Kay, ask your director, say, hey, if I get at least 5 women to say yes, they'll watch a video, and they'll give me 10 to 15 minutes of their time, can you help me do the follow-up? And, of course, your director will likely say yes, and she can be on the phone. You guys can do a quick 3-way call. And the 3-way call is super simple. It's like, hey, Susie, thank you so much for helping Stephanie with her training. I just want you to know that we really appreciate your time, the fact that you watched the video, and I'd love to answer any questions. But tell me we won't take up much of your time, but tell me what your life looks like right now. Give me a snapshot of your life and write down exactly what she says. If she starts talking about school and balance and time and money, whatever she talks about is what's important to her. And then you can say, you might ask her a few questions and then say to her, well, I'm curious, what did you think of the video? What did you think of Mary Kay before the video, and what do you think was your opinion changed at all, or your insight or your thoughts about Mary Kay changed at all after watching the video? Say, well, what appealed to you the most about the video? What was the most appealing? And say, well, let me tell you 5 quick facts about Mary Kay. And then I would just tell her the 5 quick facts. And my 5 quick facts are that we have no monthly quota or monthly minimum. You get a 50% discount. You can work it as much or as little as you want. You can hold up 3 parties a week. You can hold 2 parties a year. You can go at any pace you want. There's a lot of training and support, recognition, a lot of confidence building, and a lot of self-development. And there's a ton of freedom and support. You get to work when you want, as much as you want, but you've got the support of a company and a director and a national or whatever behind you. And so I say, now, with that in mind, if you were ever thinking about doing this, maybe now, maybe 6 months from now, whatever, what else would you want to know? Is there anything you're thinking, maybe I am interested, but I'm still curious. What about blank? What would that be? What else would you want to know? Because this is great training. And so I want them to come up with a few questions of their own. And then I say, It's only $35. Oh, that's the other fun fact I give him is that it's only $35 to start. So then I said, well, since it's only $35 to start, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to try this for a year? Give it a year. If it doesn't work out and you don't love it, you can go back to being a customer. But what if? What if in that year, your development, your confidence, your finances, everything changes and grows and you're loving this and you're excited? Then stick around. We'd love to have you. And so most of the time they'll say, yeah, I think I want to give this a try. Now, if you want to give them a signing bonus and say, well, for everybody that joins my team before the end of the month, they get a targeted action toning body lotion for free. And all you've got to do is squirt it on people's one arm and it sells. It sells itself. So maybe you want to come up with a little signing bonus of something that would get her excited. Maybe a product she hasn't tried before, like micellar water or something, or satin hands or satin lips. Anyway, I know that each and every one of you can add at least one more team member before the end of the month. And if you just do this, it literally, all the setup takes you is 30 minutes. You grab a piece of paper on your lunch break today, start making a list of people that you'd love on your team. If you can't come up with very many, then watch. You're going to go then into Video Lounge, click on Shareable, click on It Just Fits, pick any 5 videos, write down the name of the person on the video so you can remember one sentence about them, 18 years old, blah, 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 whatever, and then finish your list of 10, and then reach out to those 10. I know you can do this, and I'm excited to see who has their first team member within a matter of 24 hours of listening to this recording. All right, you guys, have a blessed day.